Yes, yes. What's going on, everyone? This is the first episode of my new show. All right. And today we're gonna start off with first we're gonna start off with that CM Punk and Jungle Boy thing. I feel like the media is always trying to tear CM Punk down with something. Like, first of all, why are they even arguing over a glass? Like, why does it matter if it's fake glass or not? But anyways, apparently Jungle Boy got choked out, so that's crazy. But there's always some drama going on. Like it's like a high school back there. Like some real high school drama going on at AEW. But we're gonna go over all in. We're gonna talk about the show, talk about the crowd, just the whole experience, the venue. First things first, that venue looked amazing. Like the crowd was everywhere. Like I love the screens in the front. I like the little tunnelway with the screens on it. That looked amazing. That was really good. The crowd was great too. I just don't think they had much of anything to get into, but the crowd was great. Uh, yeah, those UK fans were holding it down. Just the matches weren't really much of anything to really. All right, let me just get into the matches. I don't want to sour it. Overall, the show was good. It was a fine show overall. It wasn't like breathtaking, but it wasn't like terrible at the same time. So overall, it was a solid show, I'd say. Let me pull up the card. That is not how you pull up the card. It's not pulling up. Okay. Yes. All right. I'm gonna start with the pre-show. First match on the pre-show: MJF and Cole versus Aussie Open. All right. So this tag team match, I was surprised by the outcome. I did not think that MJF and Cole was gonna win. I thought some shenanigans are gonna happen at the end or something like that. Maybe the Kingdom comes out. But all in all, it was a solid match. It was a good match. The crowd was going crazy for MJF. Like MJF probably had one of the biggest pops in the pre-show. Like that pre-show pop was probably the biggest pop of the show. Um, they had a good match. I'm not a fan of the whole friendship. Like most of these feuds in AEW have to do with friendship. Like grow up. It doesn't have to be a friendship this, friendship that, friendship, friendship, friendship. Like, can we just have some feuds? Like, can people actually like dislike each other? Is that possible? Everything's friendship with these guys. But anyways, so the MJF and Cole, they win. They become friends even more. So we got to see what happens later on with that. Who's gonna turn on who? But it was a solid match. It was quite a solid match. Next match is MJF. I'm crazy. Next match is Jack Perry and Hook. This match, I like this match. I like both guys. I like Jack Perry and I like Hook. Um, started off very quick. They were fighting on the car. Most of the match was outside, I'd say, right? Um, The match ends with Hook hitting the katahajime on Jack Perry, and he gets choked out. Then later on in the day, he gets choked out, so he gets choked out twice in one day. That's kind of crazy, but all in all, it was a good match. Solid pre-show match, and yeah, he got choked out twice. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, I'll see. The thing is with these guys, there's always something with these guys in AEW, man. It's like who's running this thing? It's like the wrestlers run the place, and Tony's just there to sign off on everything. That's how AEW's run, and it's not right. Anyways, off to the pre-show. Let's start with the opening show. The first match on the opening card was CM Punk versus Samoa Joe for the Real World title. This probably, in my opinion, was probably the best match of the night. Honestly, I got emotion came out from it. Like you could see like Punk and Joe like they're not friends. They're not like they're friends backstage, but in the ring they're not friends. Like, oh my gosh, it's so refreshing to have a feud, but not based off friendship. And they they put their all into this match, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. Um, Punk was when Punk did the whole John Cena um comeback, and then he hit the Hulk Hogan leg drop. That was hilarious. That was making me think of the Joe Rogan interview with Hogan, where he was just talking a bunch of bullshit. Um, but yeah, so CM Punk ends up winning it. He ends up keeping his world title. I don't know what they're gonna do with this thing. Like, are they setting up for All Out for him and MJF, or what are they doing with this? Because, or maybe Punk's just running rogue and doing his own thing with this title thing. No idea. All right, so next match, we got Bullet Club Gold, Juice Robinson, Jay White, and Konosuke Takeshita versus Hangman Adam Page, Kenny Omega, and Kota Ibushi. This match here, I love Juice Robinson. Like Juice Robinson, he's the best to me. He's like a wild fucking pit bull. Like you got to put him on a leash, bro. This dude Juice Robinson is off the wall, and I love it. So I was surprised to say that the Bullet Club Gold won. Like I was surprised. I thought the Elite never would lose. I thought the Elite would do a clean sweep last night. But Bullet Club Gold won, and I think, well, as we know now, it was set up the All Out match with Takeshita and Omega, which I assumed that was going to be the case. But I was kind of surprised the Elite lost. Next match we have for the tag titles. We got FTR versus the Young Bucks. See, I swore the Elite was gonna clean sweep. I didn't know they was gonna go back to back. But since they did, I'm like, oh, the Bucks are definitely gonna win this match. There's no way the Elite's gonna lose. The whole Elite's gonna lose in one night. Well, they proved me wrong. The Bucks actually did the job for FTR. Like, I'm really surprised they did that. I'm really surprised. But I never saw it coming. I thought the Bucks would be like, "Oh, we're gonna go over. It's the biggest show." But it was a solid match. Like it wasn't. It was at first. It just felt like consecutive moves. Like it felt like a Young Bucks match. Like FTR went in their world. It didn't feel like an FTR match. But it was still a solid match all in all. Um, yeah, they did each other's finishers. It was solid near the end with the false finishes. They probably did a little too much of those though. I hate when people do too much of those. It's like every match they always do that crap. But it was still a solid match all in all. And I'm happy that FTR got to keep the tag titles. Like, I'm really happy about that. What's the next match on the card? Ah, Team Eddie Kingston with Orange Cassidy, best friends, and Penta versus the Blackpool Combat Club with Santana and Ortiz. Stadium Stampede. Now, let me put quotes around Stadium Stampede. That was not no Stadium Stampede match. They went in the back a little bit, went by the little vendor area, but all in all, it was basically like an Extreme Rules match or some shit like that. That was not a Stadium Stampede match. Moxley bled in like 2 minutes. We all know that's gonna happen. Um, and the rest of the match overall was just like it was it was okay, but Stadium Stampede, you want them going everywhere in the back, get the golf carts or whatever. You know, the things we've seen before in other Stadium Stampede matches. And I understand they probably couldn't do all that stuff and it'll be hard to record all that stuff, but don't have a Stadium Stampede match and call it an whatever match. But out of all the Stadium Stampede matches, I feel like probably this one was the worst. And we have a Team Eddie wins because Orange Cassidy never loses. Like, if you think Orange Cassidy would have lost this match, you're out of your fucking mind. Because Orange Cassidy is like the Roman Reigns of AEW, which is just fucking crazy to me. It's fucking crazy. And the next match, women's fatal four way: Saraya, Hikaru Shida, Toni Storm, and Britt Baker for the AEW Women's World Title. See, I knew Saraya was gonna win because Saraya's at home, and TK wants to give that fairy tale ending and stuff like that, so he's gonna do that. I liked how they made the Outcasts go against each other, like how it came about with Storm hitting her mom and her seeing that and them going back and forth, and then Ruby. Like, you can tell, like, Toni Storm's getting a new character. She's not, the Outcast isn't gonna last for long. Um, it's Toni Storm, bro. In my opinion, she should be the champion. But Saraya was at home. Um, her family was there. She brought out her family. Her brother kept trying to get in the camera every second of every chance he could. But it was a solid match all in all. As long as Britt Baker didn't win, like, Britt Baker's kind of hitting Charlotte Flair territory. Like, it's kind of maddening how she's doing this with like a quarter of the talent. But yeah, solid match overall. My opinion with that is, I hope that, I don't know. I guess it'll lead up to her versus Monet. Maybe. Because, they kept showing Mercedes Monet nonstop. So, she's going to sign with AEW. Tony's announcement's probably going to be that he's friends with her and she's all elite. It's probably what's going to happen. So, let's see the next match. Darby Allin and Sting against Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage in a coffin match. A lot of these matches just felt like a lot of the same. It just felt like a lot of everything was just going on. Like, there was, like, every match was like an Extreme Rules match. I don't know. It felt, it didn't feel like organized or anything like that. But yeah, obviously Darby and Sting was gonna win. Like, when did Swerve ever win a match? Let's keep it real. When did Swerve ever win a match? And we already know when Darby Allin and OC are in a match, they're always gonna win. They never lose a match. Did anyone notice that? I know I'm not the one that's crazy. OC and Darby Allin win every freaking match. It doesn't matter if it's 300 pounds. It doesn't matter if you have like 3, 4 guys on that team. It doesn't matter if they have weapons. Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin are gonna win. The 100-pound guys are gonna win every time. It's crazy. I like them, but let's make things more realistic out here. You can't suspend my belief with that bullshit. Um, is there any much to talk about this match? It's just I like the bumps that Swerve was taking on the coffin. That's pretty much it. Christian with his turtleneck. I mean, nothing really of note because this thing just came about like a week ago. So nothing really to talk about. Um, what's next? Will Ospreay versus Chris Jericho. Okay. Will Ospreay is probably my favorite wrestler in the world right now. He is amazing. He can't do anything wrong. And then he goes up against Chris Jericho, who, let's just say, hasn't been doing much of anything right. A lot of his stuff is pretty meh, to say the least. And I was still excited for the match. I'm like, it's Will Ospreay. He's gonna bring the best out of Chris Jericho. Like he has to. There's no way out of this. It was a decent match. I thought it'd been better. Like there was some moves though, and I was like, wow, Ospreay's bringing this out of Jericho. Like I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. All in all, okay match, fairly decent match. Ospreay gets the win. Thank God Ospreay got the win. I thought they would have, let Jericho win, get the crowd angry, but smart came to their senses and let Ospreay win. Great. Hopefully Ospreay, hopefully they have plans for Ospreay down the line, maybe against MJF or something like that, or Adam Cole. Hopefully somewhere down the line they give him something better to do, and not just like in a week advance having one promo battle and that's it. Like let's actually build some story with this guy because he's actually a really good talent. Next match, we got the Acclaimed versus the House of Black, and this. I said this was a fun match. It was a fun match. It was. I enjoyed it definitely. I was surprised to see House of Black in all white though. I was like, it kind of gives me a hint they're gonna lose. Well, they come out in all white, but they did anyway. And the match was a solid match. There wasn't nothing to call home about. Um, Billy Gunn got his famouses in. Um, There's not really much of note to talk about in this match. And really, most of these matches, I don't. There's not really much of note to discuss with these matches. Nothing that's really sticking in my head. But yeah, the Acclaim got over. The Acclaim are the new trios tag team champs. Hopefully that the House of Black can do something after this. Like I just don't want them to drift away in the wind, things of that nature. So I hope they can find something for these guys to do. Next match is the main event, which is MJF versus his best friend, Adam Cole, baby. This was a good match. It was a good match. I was gonna say really good. It was a good match because the ending kind of soured it for me. Like, yeah, you guys are friends. I get it, but I was gonna freak out if we just had the draw, like the double draw. Like, no, we're not doing this. We cannot do this at the main event. You need a definitive winner. But luckily, Adam Cole, 5 more minutes, just like last time with their Iron Man match. Roddy comes out, he's trying to help Cole. Cole's on the fence about it. He throws the title away. MJF wins with the roll up. A roll up. Main event ended with a roll up. Whatever. But not just that. It ended with them still being friends. No one turned on anyone, and everyone swore one was going to turn on the other. MJF was going to turn on Cole, or Cole was going to turn on MJF. Nope. Friendship wins. Friendship was undefeated tonight. I'm sick of this friendship stuff. Like, of course, everyone's friends in the back. That's cool. But every feud doesn't need to be involved with, oh, we were friends once and now we're friendship. Like, it's everything has to do with friendship. Bro, this is work. This is business. This is to be the best in the world. We talking about friendship. Don't make sense to me. It really doesn't make sense to me at all, whatsoever. But yeah, MJF goes over. I don't know what happens after this. Obviously, Cole and him are still going to be a tag team. I probably would assume they're going to face the Kingdom in like a tag match. And maybe then that's when Cole will turn on him. But yeah, their friendship's still running strong. Still running strong. Overall, I'm going to give this show overall. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. This show, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. None of these matches had the right build for me even to be excited to watch coming into it. I was still excited, Wembley Stadium, 80,000 people. I was still excited to see what they were going to do. But, just the build to these matches didn't have me invested. And the matches themselves didn't have me invested, really. Probably besides the Punk and Joe match. And yeah, MJF and Cole. MJF and Cole as well. Other than that, no. Just, it was a decent, it was an alright show. Well, that's my review. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section, or if you want to message me about my opinions about it. I can get deeper into it. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's my first broadcast. Hopefully, of many more. Hopefully, I get more guests tuning in. All right, guys. This is Keyshawn signing off. See ya.